Africa has the least amount of companies that have declared at least $1 billion in revenue compared to other continents. So how can Africa produce more of its companies? A private/public sector panel discussion at the African CEO Forum in Abidjan, Côte d'Ivoire, debates the issues. Arise business correspondent Roto Sodiri moderates the panel, and here are some excerpts.
The issue for me, with batteries, electric batteries, manganese is the top 5 producer in the world, 2 in the continent, in the world, 2 are in Africa, South Africa and Gabon. Can we just do small, simple things? Put the record. How much are you exporting, South Africa? How much are you exporting? Because between the 2 of us, we could control the global market. We can't do small things like that. Small, not big.
You just mentioned the South African rand. You mentioned purchasing a car and having to make a contribution to the African Union. Would this growth be, for these companies, easier if we had a single currency? What do you four think about? Oh, they don't want to talk about it. You're folding your arms and looking at the... No, you know... Okay. Is anyone going to touch that? If we had a single currency across the continent.
At some point, either we come together to have a single currency, that we can use and trade easily among ourselves. By the way, the AFCTA will not work without it. That's the truth. So we can talk about it all we want. The 54 countries, if we do not have it, we will fail. Bottom line. I think African Bank is trying to put a system together called PAPS, the Payments Africa System Platform, that will enable Africa to trade among themselves in currency. It's a settlement system. So if I'm in Nigeria and using Naira, and Cornell is in Ghana using CD, I can buy goods from Cornell in Naira, and then African Bank will settle with him in CD. But the problem is, we got to trade among ourselves, and we don't. We have to buy goods overseas when we can buy from Africa. I think that's what she was alluding to. The SMEs will grow, and this systemic issue that we have, which is making our economy dollarize, whereby you have to import every single goods from overseas and pay in USD, will inhibit growth so long as we don't trade among ourselves in Africa. There's a lot of equipment and supply in Egypt, in Morocco, in South Africa, that you can source and bring to the continent, let's say in Côte d'Ivoire, in Senegal, in Kenya, in other places. If you're looking for a telco company, you don't need to go overseas. This guy knows something about telcos, right? And things like that you can leverage back and forth and grow our economy. But I do believe we do need to have a single currency. It's a sovereign issue. A lot of countries are clinging into their own currency for various reasons. It's a touchy political subject in the Wabu market, in the Central Africa market. And until we do that, I don't think...
Let's be clear, if we can have and we can manage to have single currency, I think that's going to be the thing for the development. Nevertheless, the road is still long, it's straight, but it's very steep. And we have other priorities before, I think. First, we have to trade between us together. Secondly, we have to solve problem of transport, logistics, even something which is amazing, to travel from East to West Africa. It's sometimes easier to go via Europe. I mean, come on, let's be serious. So, let's solve those priorities, visa priorities, transport priorities, trade priorities first, and then we'll go to Disneyland single currency. We'd love that, but this is inshallah for the moment.
To grow internationally, you need really to be extra good in what you do, because you are competing with the best. So we have focused on excellence and profitability. Profitability is very important because it allows you to attract capital, and most of those capital are talking about millions of US dollars, hundreds of millions, so they are not found easily on the continent. We are a company which has some constraints, but very good ones. I can't recruit non-Africans. No, I have to train them. So this is, I think, very important. We should not raise to 1 billion just by recruiting people around, we have to train our own. So we have, for example, devote 2% of our profits to training. This is very important. So I wish everyone should do it in this room. 2% of your profits to training of your staff and anyone, not only your staff, anyone in the continent. We have programs where we train more than 1,000 very young people every year.
Back to in Africa, nowhere else, where we don't have much of a private sector. I think we need to, it's not big, it needs to grow in size. If you have a government and you have governments who are not actively watching what's happening in your economy, you're going to be in trouble. So I'll take the Africa Free Trade Agreement, wonderful thing. But if you're not thinking about what's the value added that's made in Africa, vis-a-vis what's imported into any country, you can end up lying to yourself and telling yourself that you've got value added exports that are running around the continent, yet all of us are doing is taking Chinese products, just relabeling in the one country and then passing them on. That deindustrializes us, it helps us in no way. So one of the things that we've all got to seriously think about is the tariffs. And it's a tariff war around how, as Africa, we give each other an opportunity to develop. I'll get back. I mean, if you look, it's, with due respect, in a network sector, it's easy to get to $1 billion. In manufacturing, it is bloody hard to get there. It's hard to get to $100 million. And that's why, for me, it's about if we are going to be able to redevelop, to industrialize on the continent. We've got this new opportunity now with renewables, right enough. We've got most of the minerals that are required. But it doesn't happen if you do not have active support. Mostly, we all need logistics. Who's going to invest in rail? I can talk about this coming from South Africa, where we have to deal with small, medium enterprises and small miners who are coming into the sector. They barely have enough money to fund their mining operations. They don't have money to build a railway line or to co-invest with us in developing expansion of capacity, as we often have to do. Government definitely has a role in that place. Where's the role? I suppose it's around regulation. It's around policies that enable access to funding is a big issue.
And I think that to keep our customer, to make sure that they're happy with us, give them the right value, secondly, give them the right product and services, and with an efficient quality of service. Let's respect our customer. This is key. Let's give them, in Africa, best of breed technology, best of breed product. Let's not be behind in Africa. Let's wait that United States like 5G, launch 5G, and we wait 10 years to have 5G. No, we must be ahead of the curve. When United States launch 5G in June, we must launch it in May. This is very important. Let's respect our customer. Thank you very much.